Hey guys, so a little disclaimer here. I know I've been posting a lot lately. Um, I am just trying to get my channel started. I will try to figure out what days I will be posting. So I won't be posting for so long. I'm not gonna be posting every single day. So I'm just trying to figure out when I'm gonna start posting and how what days I will be posting. But I was thinking last night about, because I did yesterday's video was about my henna, like how I dye my hair with henna, and I will link that video down in the description so you guys can watch it. So I was thinking about this horrible thing that happened to me because I had I had shorter hair than I do now, and I just wanted to have long hair, and I was looking into extensions, permanent hair extensions, and I looked at tape-ins, I looked at sew-ins, I had clip-ons, and I wanted to have long hair, and I looked at so many videos, and I chose to go with sew-ins. So if you don't know what sew-ins are, they make a braid at the back of your head, close to a tight braid on the back of your head, and they sew the hair extensions to your head. And so I bought the hair extensions. This was like last year. I bought the hair extensions, and my hair was a lot healthier than it was. It was softer. It was thick. Like, I had so much thick hair. And so I just was like, I can't deal with short hair, so I'm just gonna do sew-in hair extensions. So, my mom tried to do the the braid, and so such a nightmare. So she couldn't figure it out because she's never done it before. She knows how to do hair, but she doesn't know how to do like sew-ins and braid-ins and all that stuff. So I looked up online like places that does sew-in hair extensions, and I went to this place, and it was an African American shop, and I asked them to braid my hair because I was gonna get sew-ins. And normally, for them, for African American girls, they braid their hair in a circle. Like, they braid it like around here. They don't braid it just one strand, one strand, one strand, like a cross, like you see on girls like us. I don't know how to say it. I'm not trying to be racist or anything. I just don't know how to explain it. But normally, with more manageable hair, when you get sew-ins, it goes straight across from your head, and it goes like lines up from straight across from your head, and they sew it. This lady, she like braided my hair like from down here all the way up here, and went in like a spiral kind of like way. So I was kind of confused, and I was like, okay, whatever. The only part she didn't braid was this part of my hair. So I only had this part of my hair free, but everything else was all braided in. And so then I went home, and my mom braided my hair. Not braided. She sewed in the hair extensions into my head. So for the first week, I had the sew-ins for like a week or 2 weeks. And after like a week, Like, I mean, I was happy for a week. I was like, I had long hair. Like, the first 2 days I was happy I had long hair. The thing about my head is that I have dry scalp. So, my head starts to flake and my hair gets super itchy. Like, when I don't shower, when I don't shampoo my head for like, I can skip out on shampooing my head for like 2-3 days. And after the third day, my head starts to itch really, really badly. So, with the braids in my hair, like the braids were stuck in my head. So like I couldn't like go into the shower and like shampoo, like scrub my hair like I would if I didn't have the braids in. And you're not supposed to shower with your hair extensions so much because they could get tangled, they can get ruined, like you have to take care of them. You have to wash them in a certain way because they're not like in your scalp. They're like hair extensions, so they're not in your scalp. They don't have oils to travel down and like make it soft and like normal hair. And the hair that I got, because I didn't want to spend like $200 on human hair. Honestly, I wish I did. But I didn't. I spent it on Remy hair, so it's half human, half synthetic. So one of the biggest mistakes I've done. So I showered my head and like my head was starting to get super, super itchy. Like I would wake up at night when I went to sleep because my head was so itchy. I would like just be so irritated because I had an itchy scalp and I couldn't do anything about it because like the braids were in the way. So I just tried my hardest to ignore the itch, and I like washed my hair twice in this whole week, in the whole week that I had them in. I washed it twice. And the first time I washed it, the hair like dried, and it dried nicely. It was soft. I liked the way it felt. I only had to straighten these parts of my hair, to make it silky straight like the extensions were. And if you notice in my YouTube channel, the picture that I have on my profile, it's of me with this red shirt and it's like the back of my head, and like that picture was when I had the hair extensions in. So it was just a nightmare. So like the itchiness after a week and a half, the itchiness just got so unbearable. Like I couldn't handle it. It was just so bad. Like I just hated it. I just like, I can't do it. So, and like the ends of the hair started getting like really brittle and like hard and like just super tangled all the time. It would get super super tangled and it just didn't feel nice. It was kind of like it would poke me in places, like when your hair like is like crunchy and like burnt and like damaged. Like sometimes touching it, like having it on your clothes or something, it like pricks you or whatever. I don't know. Maybe that's just me, but it like my hair does that sometimes because like I've damaged it some, like the end so badly. So, but the hair extensions were just getting so bad, and so I told my mom, "Hey, can you take out the hair extensions? I just don't want them anymore. Like the itchiness is getting too bad." So she was like, "Okay, let's just sit down and like we'll take them apart." So she started to like cut the um the braids off. She not the braids. She cut the sew-ins. And she took them off. It took like 2 hours to get all of the hair extensions out of my head. And then came to the braids. So my hair was still damp. Like it was wet. It was still wet, damped. And from like, I showered like that time I was taking the hair extensions out, I showered 5 days ago from that day where I was taking the extensions out, and my hair was still wet. And so my mom started undoing the braids, and she realized that my hair smelled really, really bad. Like when you go swimming, you have a towel and it gets wet, and then you go home and you don't wash the towel, that the smell of like kind of damp and kind of wet, and it just smells so bad. That's what my hair smelled like. And I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the fact that like I have like fragile hair, like African American girls, I don't know, but like their hair doesn't get as bad as if like fragile hair does. Um, I wouldn't know, but like my hair, I don't know if anyone experienced this with sew-ins, but my hair, it was wet, it smelled really bad, and it was like really bad. Like it started to smell like as if my hair was mold, like had mold in it. And it was like my mom was saying, like it smelled like it had mold. So I was just like freaking out because I was like, oh shit, like what's going on? And then my mom said that when she started to undo the braids, a lot of my hair fell out. So I was freaking out. She undid all the braids and she was like, just go take a shower. And I was like, okay. And she was like, don't pull your hair. Like, don't do this. Like, don't pull your hair. And I was like, okay, I won't. So I started shampooing my hair and trying to get the smell out. And then I look at my hands and there's clumps and clumps of hair that's falling out of my head. And I freak out, and I'm just like pulling on my hair, and I'm pulling on my hair like this, and more clumps come out of my head, and I'm just freaking out because I'm thinking like I'm gonna go bald. And so as I shower, I start to cry. I start to freak out and cry because I spent so long trying to like grow out my hair, and now my hair is falling out, and I'm crying, and I'm like letting the water like go down on my head and out my hair. And like as I'm like letting the water go down through my hair, like I see clumps and clumps of hair coming out of my head and on down to the drain, and I'm just like freaking out because I'm grabbing all these clumps and they're like balls of hair, and I'm just like crying and freaking out. And I'm scared to go out of the shower, look in the mirror, and see that I'm bald. So I'm just like crying and freaking out. I'm shampooing, I'm conditioning my hair, and I just see all the hair coming out of my head. I'm freaking out. I'm just like regretting the whole thing. I'm like thinking like, why did I do this? Why did I get sew-ins? Like, I wish I never done this. And I I get out of the shower. I grab all the clumps. I grab like a bunch of clumps like from the drain, and I put them in my hand, and I go to the mirror and I look, and I'm like checking my hair like this, and I'm looking like this and looking to see if like I have bald spots, and I'm freaking out. I'm crying. And I go to my mom's room and I panic and I tell her like my hair fell out. And I show her the big clump of hair that fell out of my head. And I'm just like freaking out and I'm crying, and I'm like telling her like what am I supposed to do? My hair is falling out, like it's just bad. And she's like, don't worry, like it'll grow back, like don't freak out, just like that's what happens, like your hair falls out. um and I went to my room and I was just like, I sat down in my bed and I was crying, and I was like, I am never doing this again. Like, never am I ever doing this again. So, it's been like 10 months since then. Like, maybe like 11 months since then. And my hair kind of grew back. It grew thicker again. My hair right now is not in the best place. My hair has gotten a lot thinner. My hair has gotten a lot thinner, and it's not at the greatest point right now. Because I have been dyeing it a lot to turn this reddish color. Like I said, I do henna, but on top of the henna I did some chemical dyes. In one day I did like 4 boxes in one day of hair dye. And my hair has been like a lot thinner. Like, it just feels thinner. It, like, when I shower, like, I can feel how thin it is. Like, when I used to put it in a ponytail, like, my hair was like this thick, and now it's like this, and I'm just like it just feels so thin, and I'm just freaking out. So I've been using coconut oil, and it helps with growing your hair out, but I hope it helps to grow new hair, because I don't want to have bald. I don't want to go bald. I don't want to lose hair. So that was I promised myself to never ever again do sew-ins. Like, never again. So I'm just gonna stick with growing my hair out, so I don't go through losing clumps and clumps of hair. I'm not trying to discourage you to not get sew-ins. If you want to get sew-ins, you should. I'm not trying to be here and say that you shouldn't get sew-ins. I'm just telling you my experience with sew-in hair extensions. And I've seen like keratin hair extensions, and I didn't realize that your hair like falls out like every single day you shed hair. I mean, I knew you shed hair, but like I didn't know like that like when you have hair extensions, like permanent hair extensions, your hair sheds. And because it's like in like with the hair extensions, like it's either keratin or sew-ins, that your hair falls out. But because it's braided or in the keratin hair extension, that it can't leave your head, so it gets stuck in there. So when you take them out, a bunch of hair falls out, because a bunch of the hair that just like naturally fell out of your head, and just it didn't leave your head because it was in the hair extension. So like that, I kind of realized that after, so I was like kind of freaking out because I lost so much hair, kind of thinking it was normal because it just happens when you have hair extensions. I don't understand why more girls don't talk about this, like, about the side effects from hair extensions, permanent hair extensions. For those that didn't know, that's why I'm here, to tell you that, like, this was my experience with the permanent hair extensions. I don't know if I would ever again get sew-ins or tape-ins or keratin, so that was just, my experience. And, sorry, I'm looking at the mail. So that was just my experience. So I'm not trying to discourage you to not get this extensions. This was just my experience. I'm trying to grow my hair out, using coconut oil and castor oil, and I use argan oil, shampoo and conditioner from Ren Pure to also like take care of my hair, because it like doesn't have sulfates, it doesn't have all this chemicals, bad stuff that ruins your hair. So that's what I've been doing for my hair. I'm trying to get it to grow, and I'm no longer going to be using chemical hair dyes. If I am going to color my hair, I am going to use pure henna, and that's it. So that is this video. If you like this video, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe. It will definitely help out this channel if you just subscribe. I've noticed that a lot of you guys that don't watch my videos don't subscribe. It will definitely help out my channel if you do subscribe, and I will appreciate it so much if you guys do. I hope this video helped you. So I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.